Hey everybody, Dirili here. Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Piofiore, Faded Memories, going after Dante still. Although our scenes with him are so short and so far between. Hopefully this will get rolling soon. Man, I'm spending way more time with Leo and Nicola than I am with Dante. But we just started, I think it was chapter 4, and we're at the start of a day. So you can just sit back, relax, and let me read you a story. One day after breakfast, I rested in the now empty salon when Nicola returned from his errands.
Buongiorno, Lily.
Yes, buongiorno. Welcome back. I felt quite awkward being alone with him now. I haven't had a chance to see him since what happened back then. When you pushed him away.
Say, Lily, I
probably, put my hand in his face and shoved it aside. Nicola was going to say... Nicola smiled, then let out a sigh, seeing me purse my lips in silence. He knows what's going on in that head of mine.
If it's about the last time, don't worry.
Huh?
Oh, I thought I would play a little prank on you, but I guess that was in bad taste. I'm sorry.
It was just a prank. I breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, come on, he's just using that as a cover now. I'm sorry for taking your words too seriously then. It's just that I'm not used to that kind of talk. I really don't know what to say or do. I smiled back at Nicola just as the other men came walking back into the salon.
Hey, Nicola, who's the lucky guy who owns that fancy car outside?
We got a guest?
Yes, a special guest who wants to see the boss.
Ah, I see. The men nodded, seeming to know what was going on, then glanced in my direction. Did they want to speak with Nicola privately? I better go someplace else. Well, I should be going back now. Take the hint. I briefly nodded at everyone before leaving the salon. On my way back, I heard yelling from one of the rooms. Huh? Is that from Dante's office? Who's fighting with Dante? I quickly turned toward the source and saw someone bursting through the doorway. Isn't that... Even from afar, I could tell who it was. A famous politician in Bologna, Gerald Paris. I stood in place seeing Signor Paris stomp out in anger. Well, it's surprising he would come to the Mafia's den rather than meeting somewhere private. I snapped to my senses as he left, and just when I began to head back to my room, Dante stepped out of his office. I stopped in my tracks. Dante looked pale. He closed the door, then sighed briefly. Wondering what happened, I approached him. Was he a guest of yours?
Yes.
Oh, you don't look too good.
I'm not. No, you're right. I'm tired, that's all.
I guess that meeting did not go well. Say, Dante, how about taking a walk in the garden for a change?
No,
Come now, let's. Dante reluctantly agreed to my idea to step outside for a moment. Let's go clear your head. It really feels like autumn now. The air is so nice and cool. I like to just sit in the sunlight when I can. It's a shame that the season is so short. Could you do something besides ellipses, please? But I do like winter as well. The stars are so pretty when the sky is clear. Dante, do you like wintertime?
Yes.
That's all you have to say? I keep trying to start a conversation here and he gives me one-word answers. I tried to find any words to try and get Dante's mind off of what was bothering him. Then again, there was that one nagging question still in my mind about who the key maiden was. But there's no way I can ask that question now with Dante like this. Oh, I know. I'm planning on making more of that dulce I made before that you liked. Is there anything in particular you enjoy?
Hmm.
They say sweets help when you're tired. It could be what Dante needs now. Whether Dante knew I was trying to cheer him up was unknown, but he responded with a smile.
There we go. Grazie, and sorry to burden you.
What do you mean? I tried to hide my thoughts with my response. Dante looked at me gently. I felt my heart racing, seeing his eyes fixed upon me in a soft gaze. Oh, I can make panna cotta torta caprese. Oh my god, I can't even say that word. Sfogliatella. And
Can you make torta caprese?
I found a recipe in the newspaper. It looks a bit difficult, but if you don't mind, I'd like to give it a shot. Would that be all right, Dante?
Sure.
Dante smiled back at me warmly. Let's see. Of course I'll do my best. I'll do my best to make it perfect. Oh, why would I ask him if he likes sweets? We already know he likes sweets. He eats every sweet we bring him. I clenched my fist to show my resolve, and Dante chuckled a bit.
You don't have to be so serious about it. Just make it whenever you have the time.
But I want to make you something you'll enjoy. I want you to think it tastes delicious.
So, you're going to do your best for me.
Of course. Do you not feel like you deserve it? Oh, what? Well, is he embarrassed? I had spoken honestly a moment ago, but on second thought, it came out sort of strange. Anyway, I'll do my best.
Sure, I'll be waiting.
A cold wind rushed over the garden and made me shiver. Dante, is there...
Don't move.
I froze in place at Dante's words. I was gonna say, it's just gonna be like a leaf in my hair or something. Of course. But they made it seem like a snake fell on me or something. I held my breath as he came face to face with me. Dante's eyes widened as he noticed how tense I was.
You have a leaf in your hair. I'll get it, so stay still.
Oh, sure. It must be from the wind. Dante awkwardly reached his hand out to pick the leaf from my hair. Dante wasn't moving much. I guess he couldn't get the leaf out. That's what you think, really? Oh, this leaf. I can't get it out of her hair. It's all tangled up. It must be tangled in my hair pretty badly. How would that be possible? He just likes being in that position. Not yet? He's so close to me. I think he's trying to decide if he wants to kiss me or not. I could feel my heart racing. It was pounding so hard that it disrupted my train of thought. And finally...
Got it.
He mumbled with a sigh of relief. His beautiful face moved away from mine, and I thanked him, embarrassed. Thank you, Dante.
You're welcome. It's getting quite cold out here. Shall we get something warm to drink inside?
Oh, why, yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, he was lingering there. There's no way it took him that long to get a leaf out of my hair. Dante is asking me to follow him? I didn't expect that from him, but a small smile broke across my face. As I watched him leave the garden, I could sense how much better he was than before. It seemed like the men who wanted to speak with Nicola weren't in the salon anymore. As for Nicola, he was sitting on the sofa with his legs crossed and a cup of espresso in his hand. Why were those men here to see Nicola and not Dante?
You're in a good mood, Nicola. Ah, Dante. Perfect timing. I went to your office, but you weren't around. Do you have good news? I just got the report that we put 20 of the Lao Shu out of business. For good.
I guess that means death. What?
Oh, that's right. We haven't told you about it. We're at war with the Lao Shu.
Nicola answered my concern with delight and continued speaking in a lively tone.
And we've been getting rid of the rats who have been selling drugs and trafficking humans. There was a huge hunt last time, too. Do you remember when everyone was out?
That was when I was out with Leo?
We stopped a trade deal that was taking place on a ship. It was pretty glorious.
Is that so? I'm just glad that both of you are safe. I didn't know everyone is in danger while I was just relaxing here.
While you were relaxing here, eh? Well, perhaps you should stay put for a bit longer.
Oh, he knows I got out, doesn't he? Huh?
After all, there's no way we can protect you if you're somewhere outside the manor.
Wait, does Nicola know I went outside with Leo? Oh, yes, he certainly does. No, it can't be. He strikes me as the sort to have spies everywhere.
It shouldn't be long until we exterminate them all, so that you can go back to the church.
Really? Thank you. I felt a sense of happiness come over me at the prospect of being able to return soon. But you do realize they're talking about the fact that they have to kill people in order for that to happen. Although they are bad people. But at this moment, you're still being happy about them getting killed. But even so, the mysterious key maiden lingered in my mind. Or maybe I misheard what was being said back then. I could have misinterpreted what was being said. Or maybe it didn't even apply to me. I should just forget about what I thought I heard and get back to my normal life. I'll still be wary.
Oh, but now that we've ended that deal, there aren't many drugs circulating in town now.
Huh? That's a good thing, isn't it?
Of course it is, but that means the prices of what's left will rise, and those reliant on them will cause problems. I wouldn't be surprised to see them killing each other off for drugs.
Killing for drugs?
The hospital and the church are being visited by a number of addicts suffering from withdrawals. Not that the hospital can do anything. They just have to wait for the drug to wear off. As for the church, I don't see why they'd even go there in the first place.
No, there's a meaning to it, Nicola.
In
desperate times, people seek salvation, and in their quest for support, they find faith. Miracles have happened from faith. For example, France has a foundation said to heal people. God offers help and support to those who are suffering in many ways.
You believe in that bogus story?
Oh, you're insulting my religion. Bogus? Seeing me stutter, Dante calmly intervened and began to speak. You're insulting his religion too because he goes to church all the time. And you go to church too, Nicola. Why do you even bother?
I understand how faith can offer support to people in need. The same is true with miracles. They don't happen to everyone, but God may offer them to save people sometimes.
Dante, he shared the same thoughts I did. That brought an unusual sense of joy to me. He stuck up for me and expressed my thoughts, and this is from his point of view.
Nicola and I were left in the empty salon after she went back to her room. Maybe that's why she was chosen to be the key maiden.
Chosen? Does that mean I was tattooed with that thing?
Or maybe it was because she's the key maiden that she was given that personality. One can't unlock the door without having faith in miracles. The more I think about the key maiden, the more a certain question came to mind. How did a member of the Lao Shu know about the key maiden? Where was the information leak? Could it be?
I was standing in the kitchen to make the torta caprese I promised to Dante. Dante didn't show up for lunch today. Something about being too busy to come. Is Dante all right? Young Dante said he's going to skip lunch because he's too busy. But isn't he hungry? I mumbled to myself, worried that Dante was overworking himself, and disappointed that he's not going to eat my food. Let's bring something light for him to eat later. Ah, Julia, then do you mind if I... So there I was, preparing dulce for Dante. Mix chocolate and egg yolks, keep the meringue light, mix in some roasted slivered almonds, then bake in the oven at... I carefully checked the temperature and placed the dough into the oven. Okay, and done! I'll make a rich and sugary cafe latte for Dante to accompany the dulce. Is dulce just Italian for dessert?
Huh? You're alone? Where's Julia?
Julia stepped out to go shopping.
I see. Ah, what's that smell? Are you baking something?
Yes, it's not much.
Great. Then if you don't mind, can I get a bite once it's ready?
Hopefully I made more than one.
I came to see Julia because I was so hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leo. I can't serve it to you first.
Huh? It's for dessert, right?
Leo had a surprised look on his face. I guess he didn't expect me to refuse. Yeah, I usually don't refuse people much. Well, it is for dessert, but I wanted Dante to get the first serving. What? Am I not tasting it myself before giving it to him? So would you mind waiting a bit?
Oh, okay. The boss should get first dibs for sure.
Oh, I'm glad he's not disappointed. I breathed a sigh of relief, seeing Leo answer me with a bright and happy smile on his face. Oh, meanwhile story. From Nicola's point of view,
I walked through a back alley as scheduled.
Orlok?
From the other side, a young man with a hood over his face walked toward me silently. The moment we crossed paths, he quickly slipped a memo into my hand. I looked around to see if anyone was nearby, then stopped to look at the memo. The Shu's next move. I see. I guess it's about time to make a visit to their hold in Veleno. I folded the memo in my hand and began my walk out of the alley.
Ah, is there another one? Wait. Don't understand. Oh. So there are, like, multiple ones in the same thing, huh? So here's from Dante's point of view.
I gave a heavy sigh after reading the report. The rats are being exterminated as planned. The last siege should have thwarted the flow of drugs and human trafficking. The next strike should put an end to the Lao Shu and Berlone. Something didn't feel right. Despite stopping their human trafficking, the Lao Shu is still teeming with money. I thought their source of income was the human trafficking, but maybe the Lao Shu has a revenue flow from elsewhere besides their home country.
I idly chatted with Leo while preparing the cafe latte for Dante. Soon enough, the dulce was ready. I placed a large dish of warm torta caprese on the dish, accompanied by the cafe latte. Let me take this to Dante. And then you can have the second serving.
Understood. I'm sure the boss will be happy.
Leo saw me off with a smile as I headed toward Dante's office. I stood in front of Dante's office and slowly knocked on the door. Hello?
Come in.
Dante Dante was surrounded by stacks of papers. He was squinting as he looked through them, signing them off one by one. Dante? I decided to wait for him to finish, but he wasn't even taking the time to look up. You haven't had lunch yet, have you? How about taking a break?
I don't have the time. I need to take care of these right now. These trade documents need to be finalized before I do more against the Lao Shu.
I made the dulce I promised you before. He has to stop for that. Yeah, look at his eyes. He's like, oh, the caprese? Dante finally looked up from the papers and turned in my direction. I placed the torta caprese and the cafe latte on Dante's desk.
Thank you.
He looks very grudging about this. Fine, I'll take a break. I can't resist my favorite thing that I asked you to make for me. Although he thanked me, he was still holding on to the papers he was working on. The cafe latte is going to go cold at this rate. Would you mind taking a bite? I'd like to hear your thoughts. And besides, Leo's waiting. The longer you delay, the longer Leo has to wait. Dante finally set down the papers he had in his hand.
Well, I should take a short break then.
Thank you, Dante. I'm glad. I felt myself getting a bit anxious, watching Dante reach out toward my treat. He grabbed the fork, cut a piece, and brought it to his mouth when... Huh?
You're not making it easy for me to eat.
Staring again? I guess it's been a couple chapters since we did the staring thing. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was staring at him so intently. His comment made me blush.
Not that it's a problem.
What, you like being stared at? Dante mumbled a bit, then ate the piece in one fell swoop.
Delicious.
Are you surprised by that? I'm glad to hear that.
Somehow, this feels familiar to before.
Perhaps when I bought the baba that time? I believe you said it was delicious then, too.
Right. The food you make always tastes delicious. Even the scarcella you made at the church was.
What? Oh, he noticed all the way back then, huh? Dante knew I was making sweets back at the church? Does that mean he knew me since before the incident? Maybe he even knew me in my childhood. Dante speaks, interrupting my thoughts.
Have you eaten already?
Oh, not yet. I wanted you to have the first bite, Dante.
If you make dulce again, perhaps we can... well, eat together.
Yeah, so that I'm not just staring at him while he eats. Really?
Yes, I wouldn't mind it.
Well then, let's. A bit flustered, I nodded in agreement at Dante's suggestion. Now let's see what's going on meanwhile at the same time. Staring too. From Nicola again.
We're expecting our next move to be a big one, which is why I'm here to see you. I see. So how much have you guys done? I'm guessing there's no ship involved this time. We made sure their ships were sunk for good, and they won't be able to ship their goods for a while. Good to hear. We're planning to corner them in our next move, so it would be great if you folks could turn a blind eye.
No pun intended?
I respect your family for letting us know beforehand, so do what you need to do. In any case, it's good to know that things are going well so far. Luckily, we have talent in our family. I wouldn't expect anything less. The Falzone family elite, eh? So, when are you going to make your move? Not yet. That time will come. Well, I'll leave the timing up to you. Let me know if anything else comes up. Grazie. You're of great help. Well then, I guess I should be going.
A bit flustered, I nodded in agreement at Dante's suggestion. I was happy that Dante seemed to have opened up a little to me. Indeed. Now we're getting a little bit more frequent time together, instead of just talking about him all the time. Days passed since I delivered the dulce to Dante. But it's been days again! What, I see him like once a month or something? How is this a romance? Then one day, Leo hurriedly came to see me.
We're going to hit another target today, so the manor is going to be vacant again. That means now's the chance to go out.
Why are you encouraging this, Leo? You were lucky enough to make it back the last time. But now Gilbert knows about me now, too. For all you know, there's people out there just waiting to snatch me up. But I don't need to know anymore. I already got to the church. I couldn't seem to get myself excited about Leo's suggestion. That's right. There's no reason now. I feel bad lying to Dante and Nicola, and not only that, but I'm burdening you more than I should.
Well, I've done my homework, since it didn't go all that well last time.
Oh, you know where Sister Sophia's staying? Huh?
I checked first, and it looks like Sister Sophia's returned to the church.
Sister Sophia? Why can't you just get her to come here? It had been a while since I'd last seen her. There were so many things I want to ask, so I wanted to see her again.
I understand how you feel, wanting to meet with Sister Sophia.
What?
Remember how you told me you didn't have any parents? Well, it's the same for me too.
This game is just full of orphans. Leo looked down a bit, then began to speak with a perplexed look on his face.
The boss found me on the streets, which is how I joined the Falzone family. The Falzone family is exactly that to me. Family.
Leo.
Which is why I think I know how you feel. After all, I didn't have anyone to call family before, and now I do.
Huh. But that means that you'd be lying to your family.
Well, yes, but families are important to everyone. So, I want to do something for you.
And besides, families lie to each other all the time anyway. Who has never lied to their parents? Leo is such a kind soul.
The Lao Shu's activities aren't as rampant as before, so it shouldn't be too dangerous to go outside.
But you don't know if Gilbert wants me now. Maybe he realizes I'm the key maiden.
It should be fine as long as we stay in Arca. So let's go.
Thank you, Leo. I do want to see Sister Sophia.
Leave it to me. I'll guard you even better than the last time.
I finished my breakfast as quickly as I could. Leo and I slipped out of the manor and headed back to the church. Let's see if this trip goes as smoothly as last time. We went through False and Arca and arrived without any issues.
I'll wait here. I'm sure you want some time alone with Sister Sophia.
No, come with me. There could be somebody inside. Thank you, Leo. I'll be back soon. What if Orlok's in there again? I entered the refectory and was greeted with a welcome sight. Sister Sophia!
My, Lily!
I reached out and embraced her tightly. She rubbed me on my back to console me. It felt like forever since I saw her in Dante's office, and even longer since the incident here. Sister Sophia, are you all right?
Why, yes. I was in a hospital catering to the Falzone family, so I'm fine.
Sister Sophia.
Get away from Lily.
Sophia!
Out of my way.
Sophia protected me that night. Just the thought of what could have happened back then brought chills down my spine.
Did Signor Falzone allow you to return here?
Not exactly. Well, I came here today because I wanted to ask you a question. I'll be going back to their manor afterwards.
I see. So, what is it that you wanted to ask me?
Do you know what the key maiden is? She's gonna look surprised.
Oh?
I didn't know whether she knew what it was or even heard of it. But the moment she heard those words, a stern expression came across her face. Looks like a surprised expression to me. Oh, now she's stern.
You should ask Signor Falzoni that question. If he hasn't told you anything yet, then I have nothing to say either.
I haven't even asked him yet.
Everybody's telling me you have to talk to the manager about that.
Please, Sister Sophia, I want to know what's going on.
It will be fine.
Sophia placed her hand on my shoulder and smiled at me to try and calm me down.
He will understand your wanting to know the truth if you are sincere about it. As the Falzone family boss, he will make the right decision on when to speak with you.
Sister Sophia, come to think of it, I haven't actually asked him about it yet.
Yeah, you keep beating around the bush and asking everybody but him.
I should actually try to approach him and ask him about it. Thank you for speaking with me, Sister Sophia. I need to hurry back. I actually stepped out without letting Dante know.
Oh my, that is not good.
Yeah, no. I'll be honest with Dante about what I did and apologize to him, but no, you're going to get Leo in trouble. Just don't say anything. Oh, a member of the Falzone family actually accompanied me here. I don't want him to get in trouble, so could you assume I came here alone?
Oh, lying isn't good, but I only see you here with me. I can't answer any other way if Signor Falzone asked me about our meeting.
Grazie, Sophia.
Now, hurry on back.
Yes, I'll see you again.
But, Leo was probably the only one left around who could have possibly taken me.
Leo and I were walking back to False when I told him what I was going to do. Leo? Moving forward, I don't think we should go out like this. Dante doesn't let me know a lot of things, but he always answered my questions to the extent that he could. And yet, I was scared of him during the torturing. I might have been subconsciously trying to avoid touching on what happened back then. I really feel bad for not asking Dante myself and just sneaking out like this. This could also put you in a bad position, so I really don't think we should anymore.
Well, I was the one who forced the idea on you. I'm sorry.
There's nothing you need to apologize for, Leo. You did all this to try and help me. You can't imagine how much you've helped me with your kindness. I'm forever grateful. I thanked Leo with a smile. Stop right there! Oh no, this is one of the Lao Shu, definitely. By that outfit I can tell.
I've been keeping watch here since I heard that the key maiden was roaming outside with a guard.
Ah, this is why you shouldn't be out.
Who knew you'd actually show up? Must be my lucky day. Crap! What do you want, Lao Shu?
He just said he wants the key maiden. You're gonna have to defeat him.
Huh? You stupid. Hand over the key maiden.
Key maiden? He has to be referring to me. How do you know? Ah! That face is creepy. I mean, even if he had had eyes, it was still a creepy face. The Lao Shu brandished his knife and charged toward us.
Behind me!
Leo covered me and drew his gun, targeting the Lao Shu's arm. Leo's shot penetrated the Lao Shu's shoulder, making him drop his knife. I didn't know you were this skilled. Despite being surprised at first, Leo reacted quickly and calmly, like a real pro.
Oh, I'm not that... Hey, over there!
Oh, great, now you've attracted lots of attention. Run!
Our guy's down! Go get them! This isn't good. Let's go!
Going against more than one would be too much, so Leo quickly grabbed my hand and ran. And we're gonna have to leave off on a cliffhanger here. So sorry about that. So hope to see you in the next episode or maybe some of my other videos. For now, they're really signing out. Bye bye, everybody.